Hello, hello. It's weather for Weather Geeks time on this Friday afternoon, getting set for the weekend, and our taste of October is about to end as we head into the weekend. It's still not back to average just yet this weekend, but we're getting closer anyway. In the meantime, as I record this here in the 3 o'clock hour on this Friday, it's mid-August and it's only 68 degrees here in Youngstown and 70 in Newcastle, 70 over towards Akron, Canton. We started this morning in the 40s. 47 was our low here in Youngstown, just one shy of the record, which, by the way, was set just last year. So this is two very cool August 15ths in a row across northeast Ohio and western Pennsylvania. We've got some fair weather clouds around this afternoon, and the weather's very nice if you don't mind it, a little bit cool. We have some clouds and some rain off to the west, parts of Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska getting wet. That disturbance, though, is not going to be much of a problem in the near term for us, so that is good news if you have some outdoor plans for the upcoming weekend. Severe thunderstorm watch up there in Montana. A lot of active weather out in the west this afternoon. I've also got a fair amount of hot weather to talk about out in the western U.S., especially from Texas up through Oklahoma into Kansas, where it's in the 90s, pushing 100 this afternoon. Deserts of the southwest, as we would expect. And up in the northern plains, up into the Rocky Mountain states, it's reasonably warm up there as well with that threat for some wet weather. All right, so that's kind of the current synopsis or overview. Let's talk about the upcoming weekend and show you what we think is going to happen here. I'm going to bring up the latest NAM model, North American model, and I'm actually going to fast forward all the way to the end of the day on Saturday, or the mid-afternoon hours, I should say, on Saturday. Well, the setup here is we've got that low pressure system out to the west and then a cold front up here on Saturday afternoon. And we'll have a nice day. I think the sun will be out, some fair weather clouds, temperatures getting into the middle and upper 70s on Saturday afternoon. So I think that's the better half of the weekend. And the reason why I say that is we're going to have to watch that front off to our north. This is Saturday evening, cold front right in through here, our weakening area of low pressure off to the west. And after the sun sets Saturday evening and into Saturday, the overnight hours, that front up here is going to try to slip down, and I think there could be a shower or maybe a thunderstorm Saturday night after sunset and heading into Sunday morning as well. Let's fast forward then to Sunday morning. Go ahead a few hours here. Here's the middle of the night, Saturday night, or the wee hours of Sunday morning. And then here's daybreak on Sunday as you get off to services or doing whatever you're doing Sunday morning. We might have a shower or two around. I guess I doubt there's much thunder with this Sunday morning. And as we go into the afternoon, I think there's going to be a drying trend. That front's going to slowly sag to the south. So Sunday afternoon, looking all right. Now, if your travel plans might take you to Columbus or Cincinnati on Sunday, they're going to have a better chance of seeing more shower activity Sunday afternoon, while we will probably dry things out from north to south during the midday and early afternoon. The low pressure system out to our west, continuing to push east on Sunday afternoon. Here it is right here. And as it continues to push east Sunday afternoon, clouds may try to return, although it's going to be mostly, I think, south of Route 30, the clouds and the precipitation by Sunday night. This is the wee hours of Sunday night, Monday morning. Here's Monday at daybreak, off to work, or for some, maybe off to school. I think most school districts start a little later. But anyway, Cincinnati, the low-pressure system right overhead for Monday morning. And the way Monday's shaping up, it might be a close call for us. This is the NAM model I'm showing you. Watch what happens as we get into the afternoon on Monday. It brings rain back in, and it'll be a close call for us. Some of the modeling, including the European and Canadian model, keep most, if not all, of the rain south of Interstate 70, while the NAM model, the GFS model as well, brings it maybe closer to Route 30 or even 224 Monday afternoon. So Monday's a tricky forecast right now. Right now we've got a 40% chance of rain in the forecast. If this idea works out, though, it's going to be a close call between getting rain and not getting rain on Monday. The farther north you are, the better chance you have of seeing a dry day coming up on Monday. Real quickly, before I talk about the long range, this morning I put a blog post on my weather blog, ericwfmj.com. Details on the summer so far, including lots of fun statistics if you're really a weather weenie into the weather. Some of the stats, as always, when I post these may surprise you. I think some of these stats, I post these to give a little perspective and put some truth on the perceptions that are out there. Has it been a cool summer? Yes. Has it been as cool as you think it's been? Maybe not. So check out some of those statistics on my weather blog, ericwfmj.com. Also got a look at the longer range on that weather blog post from this morning. And speaking of the longer range, let's skip ahead to Tuesday, and we'll kind of brush through next week quickly because there's not a lot of big ticket items next week. It's going to be warmer, not hot, but warmer. It'll be more humid, not super humid, but sort of humid. It's going to feel like summer next week. And there's going to be a few disturbances that come through the flow here that produce some thunderstorms. And next week's forecast that you'll see me go out with tonight on 21 News at 6 and 11 looks a lot like a typical summer forecast. 30% chance of a shower or thunderstorm that'll pop up here and there. No big ticket items. Severe weather at this point doesn't look real likely, but it is looking warmer than this week. That is for certain. Here's the climate forecast system 5-day chunk here. Temperature anomalies from the morning of the 20th, which would be Wednesday morning, taking us through next weekend. And what it's looking like overall is a bit of a pattern shift here. Cool down Rocky Mountain states into parts of the plains, but the core of the heat, while it's going to be in through the plain states in the upper Midwest, some of this warm air is going to bleed east. The Northeast may struggle a little bit with a little leftover trough of low pressure, but this pattern probably doesn't produce a 90 for us just yet, but I can see where we get into the mid-80s. If we get a dry day where thunderstorms avoid us, we could sneak into the upper 80s for a couple of days. Second half of next week, perhaps into next weekend as well. We've been joking around on 21 News lately about, oh, of course, Canfield Fair is coming up. It's going to turn hot. School back in session, going to turn hot. Well, the fair is not for another couple of weeks. Some of the modeling is pointing towards another cool down, actually, that next week heading into the fair. I'm not sure how much I trust that at this point. What we're more confident of is late next week. We're probably going to see some above average temperatures for one of the few times it seems like this summer. All right, that's the Friday weather for Weather Geeks. Weather Geeks back in its regular slot each afternoon, Monday through Wednesday of next week. Then I have a couple of days off, but you'll see more of these type of videos coming up soon. Apologize for the lack of Weather Geek videos and blog posts, and social media posts have definitely been on the wane. As you've maybe seen me hint a couple of times, we've got some exciting changes coming down the pike here in the weather department, and that requires some work on our end that keeps me pretty busy all day, so that's why things have been a little more irregular. You'll see those changes soon. Can't really tell you much more than that, but I think you'll like them. All right, have yourself a great weekend, and thank you for being a Weather Geek.